Welcome to the Explainer. We spend a lot of time talking about what systems are and what they do. But today, we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to ask a much more interesting question. What actually makes the system good? All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look beyond the usual ways we think about systems. Then, we'll get really clear on two huge concepts, value and qualities. From there, we'll see how they come together to create something called fit. We'll even check out some universal patterns. And then, of course, we'll wrap it all up with what this means for actually designing things in the real world.
So, first things first, let's talk about the traditional way we size up a system. Because, well, it turns out we've been missing a really crucial piece of the puzzle.
I mean, think about it for a second. You can have a system that, technically speaking, works flawlessly. It does exactly what it was programmed to do. But does that mean it's actually any good? Is it really right for the situation? Is it gonna last? These are the questions that separate a working system from a good one.
See, we usually get stuck on two things. We talk about a system's form, what it is, all its different parts and pieces, and we talk about its function, what it does, its purpose, what it's capable of. And yeah, that's all important stuff, but it's not the whole story. And this is the missing piece. Fit. Fit is the game changer. It's not about what the system is or what it does in a vacuum. It's all about how well it actually works in its specific environment for its specific users. It's the ultimate test of whether it's the right tool for the job. Okay, so if fit is the goal, how in the world do we measure it? How do we even talk about it? Well, it boils down to two concepts that are totally intertwined: value and qualities.
Let's start with value. The easiest way to think about value is to ask, so what? Why does this system even matter? Its value isn't some fixed price tag. It's about its significance to the people using it in their specific situation. It's all about context.
And then, on the flip side, you have qualities. If value is the why, then qualities are the how. These are the actual characteristics of the system that tell us how well it's doing its job. Is it reliable? Is it efficient? Is it easy to use? Those are its qualities. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't just some abstract idea. It's so fundamental that it's baked right into international standards. The ISO, they literally define quality as how well a system meets the needs of the people it serves. It connects the technical stuff directly to human value.
All right, so now that we have these two ideas, value and qualities, let's look at how they dance together, because they aren't separate things. They're really just two sides of the very same coin. One without the other is, well, it's pretty useless. And this slide just nails it. If you're talking up a system's value but can't point to any real qualities to back it up, it's just talk, right? It's an empty promise. But the reverse is also true. A long list of technical specs, qualities that nobody actually cares about, that's just noise. It's completely irrelevant. What's so amazing is that once you see this pattern, you see it everywhere. It's totally universal. In nature, the quality of reliability in your immune system delivers the value of being healthy. In our society, the quality of transparency in our institutions creates the value of public trust. It's the same pattern over and over again. So because this relationship is so fundamental to how things work, it shouldn't be a surprise that certain patterns of value and certain patterns of qualities show up again and again. We can actually think of them as archetypes. When we look at value, we see these recurring themes. You've got the obvious one, utility, right? Is it useful? But then there are deeper ones, like intrinsic worth. Think about the value of a rainforest, separate from what we can take from it. Or transformative value, an idea or a technology that just changes everything. And we see the same thing with qualities. We all know about things like reliability and efficiency, but there are also more nuanced ones, like resilience, a system's ability to take a punch and get back up. Or my personal favorite, elegance, that beautiful simplicity you find in a design that just works. Okay, so this has all been really interesting, but let's bring it back down to earth. Why does any of this matter? Well, if you're someone who actually designs or builds systems, this isn't just theory. This is the whole ballgame. Because here's the reality check. You can never, ever maximize every quality at the same time. It's impossible. Real-world engineering is a constant balancing act, a series of trade-offs. Do you make it more efficient or more resilient? Do you go for pure performance or do you build in more safety? Answering these questions is impossible unless you're crystal clear on what is actually valuable. And speaking of value, there is a massive shift happening right now.
For a long time, sustainability was just a nice to have. But today, more and more, we're recognizing that the long-term health of our planet has immense value. And so, sustainability is becoming a non-negotiable, core quality for any system to be considered truly fit.
So, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. A system isn't good just because it functions. A system is good when its qualities, the how, are perfectly aligned with what we truly value, the why. That's the essence of fit. And that brings me to a final question for you to think about. As you look at the systems all around you, at work, at home, what are the qualities that make them truly valuable in your world?